to become the 44th President of the United States. He will be the first African-American President of the United States.
I've been broke all my life, but I kept hope all them nights. You see business in my city? Yeah, they closed all them places. I was just riding down.
Not even young. It's somebody from Memphis.
I know y'all can fix it faster, but I know y'all won't try. Don't nobody care about us. And that's wrong vote. Voted for Obama back in 2012. I remember that's when I had hope. He was saying, yes, we can. And everybody got less food stamps. And when I turned 21, I was still broke. I'd never vote again. I don't think I ever had a president. Never seen her one time ever. Tell me how she gonna help the city. What I'm supposed to do, write letters? What I'm supposed to do, blame Trump? He ain't never really gave up. Ain't nobody raised minimum wage. None of these jobs pay enough. I think they just want to keep us broke. So they ain't putting nothing in place for us. It's how all my people feel, but we gotta learn. We complain enough. Let me change it up. Everything I just said, everybody I know thinks the same way. See, they don't want to see us vote, and we never do. So we see the same thing. But all our votes really do count, and they'll never really let it show. So now I'm finna break it down, cause if I don't, you would probably never know. First thing first, you know back in middle school when they taught us it was 3 branches of the government, we forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. But all we know is the executive. That's the mayor or the governor and the president. Now none of them 3 people make no laws, they just be checking them. The laws come to their desk and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was to make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress or the State House, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do. Okay, y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't ever even go to those. The Congress they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it though. So you know how back in 08, when we all voted for Obama, we was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws. They the ones choose if your kids at school get to eat steak or corn dogs. The state house make the court calls. So if the country fails, then you can't say it's them, it's your fault. Cause y'all ain't know to vote for Congress members that was for y'all. And they don't gotta leave after 4 years. And we just let them stay. See, they don't want to tell you this. They want you to focus on the president. Now the third branch is the judicial. That's judges. They the reason why John Crawford and Trayvon had justice. So when Meek Mill got locked up just for popping willies, we let her get voted in, cause they ain't know who to vote against. Imagine life on the other side. Roads better, schools better, everybody get their license back, grocery store food better, custody of your kids back, homeless people get new shelters. If we gon' fix the U.S., we gotta start with them 2 letters, me and you. Somebody told us that the government wanna keep us broke, but the only reason why those people in the government is cause we ain't vote. And I ain't talking about the president, I'm talking about the ones we ain't know. So they was gonna try to keep it low, but it's gonna hurt them when they see the polls.
I like that. Who's that? Who's that?
Please vote, Don.
Yellow Pain.
Oh, Yellow Pain. Oh, man.
Your vote matters.
It does.
Oh,
Your vote matters.
It does. I voted yesterday, and it felt good. And half the people, I mean, we did a lot of research.
I'm going to ask you a year from now. 2 years from now. Have you seen anything from your vote?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to ask you that.
Yeah, I know. And I could probably safely say absolutely not, but I still vote.
There you go.
I still vote because...
And even the song that we just heard, and he's correct in the song that we do need to pick. The problem is that both candidates, they're all the same at the end of the day. There's nobody out there trying to radically change the system. There's a lot of hopes and promises.
I don't think you can radically change a system. I think you have to slowly change a system. And you need to put people in place who want to change at all.
Right. So
you have
the
to make
system
sure
is going to change when what? I'm 80?
Listen, your kid will, you have a child. You just hear the rap song. It said you can get your custody of your child back on. Might be too late now, but do you want custody?
Yes, I want.
If you put the right people in place,
I'm finally going to get custody.
You can get your custody back, and they can help you. No. But you just have to put the right people in place who at least want to see things change.
The only way that you're going to change, the only way that you're going to change legislation is if you have a massive amount of money and you can threaten a massive amount of politicians. The individual votes do not, and this is just reality. Sending one person or voting for one person, or even this vote change over time, it's not going to happen. You need to sit there and have a massive amount of money, like one massive amount of politicians to get them to do, and basically hold their feet to the fire and get them to do your bidding. That's the only way you're going to be able to do this. The individual, it's just how the system is made. You know, it just is what it is. It's going to take billions of dollars to change the system.
Are you saying in your 40-plus years you've never seen anything in the system change?
Well, we did get marijuana in California. That was but even that wasn't just one vote. That was a progressive agenda over a number of years. Yes. We're talking about decades.
Yes. That's
to get that
how long
going
it took us to be able to drink out of the same water fountain as white people.
Still can't do it.
Well, who wants to drink out of water fountains?
I can't even. Now they make it too expensive. You can't afford to come here.
Had you not kept fighting, kept urging, kept pushing, raging against the machine, we just don't give up and say, "Oh, my vote don't count." What if that was Martin Luther King's mentality? Oh, it don't matter. And nothing's ever gonna change.
What's Martin Luther King's number so I can call him? Oh, he got killed. Okay,
my bad.
Andy, what were you gonna say?
So outside of Karen Bass and Rick Caruso, I'm curious to know your stances on some of the propositions, specifically 26 and 27.
26. Let's see here. Hold on.
He don't know. He don't even know what's on the ballot.
I believe earlier this year, we were talking the Super Bowl or whatnot. We're talking about betting and this, that, and the third. Just curious to know.
Let's see here. Prop 26. Protect our young people.
Yes.
Stop special interest monopolies. 5 California's tribal casinos sponsoring Prop 26 to become some of the wealthiest and most powerful special interests in the state. Now they're pushing Prop 26 to guarantee themselves a virtual monopoly on all gaming in California by giving private trial lawyers the power of the attorney general to vary their license to frivolous lawsuits. Prop 26 opens the door for massive expansion of gaming, allowing its sponsors to add exclusivity over roulette, dice, and sports wagering at their current monopoly on slot machines. Yeah, I mean, this is a weird type situation because we have gambling in the state of California, but we don't have gambling in the state of California.
Exactly.
We have gambling on tribal lands, and the tribals, I would open gambling up to everybody. But the problem is they got the monopoly on it because it's their own land. They have to create these compacts with the state to where the state of California gets a cut of the revenue that they make, and they want to keep it exclusive. And it's not in a lot of it. They got slots, but it's like bingo patterns. It's not really even like gambling. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm not really sure. I don't know if it's bingo pattern. I know in Oklahoma it was bingo patterns. But I'm not really sure if it's been a while since I've been to the slot machines out here in Temecula and Morongo Casino and all. I'm up for more competition to open up gambling all over the place.
Haven't we taken enough from the Native Americans? They can't have a monopoly on one thing.
No.
We've already limited them to this little portion of land that they can have, and they're like, all right, well, cool. This is our land.
I don't want to drive 2 hours to go.
We're going to do what we want to do on this land at least.
Yes, I don't want to drive 2 hours
way
to go.
Out 2 hours, not even in the city.
Yeah, I don't want to drive 2 hours to go gambling. Number 2, I would open up.
Never mind, Don, don't vote.
I would at least open up the ability to put more card rooms in the state, in Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? To where you can go play poker or blackjack or no bus. There's only 2 or 3.
No, there's the one in City of Commerce. There's the Hollywood
Casino.
4. Hustler,
the one in
Hollywood
Compton.
Park. Yeah, there needs to be more than that.
There's the one in Compton.
So there's
nobody will go to the because nobody's going to want to drive out of the city.
Good.
No, that's not good.
How is that not good? First of all, that casino. Once again,
haven't they endured enough?
Once again, I'm talking about me.
These are your people.
Yeah, but
Don, you are a Native American.
Let me ask you a question. First of all, I'm not sharing in the revenue from the Temecula, Pala, Morongo, or any other. Please,
maybe you could.
No, I'm not a Native American.
Oh, I thought you just said you.
No, Central America.
Central.
Please, that's number 1. Number two, what if you could open a card room up in Inglewood or in Los Angeles or in Beverly Hills or in Santa Monica, to where you can create your own poker games or no bus blackjack? You know what I'm saying? To me, that's something I would love to do.
I mean, yeah, but once again, why can't they have something that's exclusively for them?
Why can't I have something?
You do have all the things. You have a car that can drive you out to the casino, so you can gamble whenever you want.
Yeah, what if I want to open a card room up?
You're not going to open a card room.
What if I want to open a card room up?
But you don't want that.
What if I want to, though? What if I want to open one up?
Then listen, I will come to your poker game. It doesn't have to be official.
Let's see here.
What's the buy-in?
Let's see. What is it? You don't even know how to play poker. Get out of here.
My God. I sure do.
Oh, okay. Well,
I play hardcore.
Let's see. Out-of-state gambling corporations are promoting a deceptive proposition to legalize online sports. I am going to vote yes on Proposition 27 because I want to be able to play FanDuel or vote on sports betting
on your phone.
Yes.
That's so rude.
See,
so you're just going to vote on it? Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say I'm a little bit conflicted with that because, back to like the marijuana, for example, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a crazy tax. I remember back in the day, a dime was a dime, a dub was a dub. Now, if I want to get a gram, that joint gonna be like $50. DraftKings and FanDuel, I'm able to make a dime bet and potentially win like $5,000 just off of 10 cents.
Right.
I'm just kind of curious to know that if this actually passes, and I'm speaking from the standpoint of the gambler, of the player, and whatnot. Will I have to pay more now as an initial payment? Like instead of them dime and them quarter bets,
I see what you're saying.
Bare minimum is like I got to put
that all depends on how the law is written and if there's going to be some type of value-added tax tacked onto it. I mean, because you're almost paying like a VAT tax when you go buy marijuana. You got the city, you got the county, you got the state. You know what I'm saying? And it jacks up the price of everything. Like, why does a dub cost $50?
Tyrone on the corner don't charge me none of that.
Right. And let me tell you something. People are going more underground back to the drug dealers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of these illegal marijuana shops are popping up all over the place because it's cheaper to go buy there.
Yeah.
And then the cops aren't really messing with them too much if they don't really cause too much of a problem.
Yeah.
You go like something that costs $20, by the time you pay out the door, it's like $30, and then they got this weird system to where, okay, I got to treat it as an ATM withdrawal, and I'm going to give you like $2-3 back. Like, and then they want you to leave $2-3 in the tip jar. I'm like, get out of here with that.
Yep.
As a host of a show, do you think it's responsible to basically say, I'm not going to vote? Don't you think you should be encouraging people to vote?
I absolutely. Listen, you do what you feel is right for you. Go ahead and vote. I'm not telling you not to vote. I'm just talking about me.
Yeah, but I think people look up to you.
Well,
I've only seen one politician who I appreciate, which was Maxine Waters when I was a kid. Helped bring jobs when I was in foster care. I think it was Panasonic was a company. Didn't get the job, but I appreciated her spreading the word and awareness about that.
She's on the ballot.
That's it. So
she's up for re-election.
I'll vote for Maxine Waters. That's it.
She's up for re-election.
But I would have voted for her regardless because she's a black woman.
But you can even write in candidates and just vote on things that you're.
I wrote in Kanye West last time I voted.
And you can vote on things that you're actually passionate about. But remember, just like Fahima said, people said, I'm going to sit this one out, and that's how Trump got elected. And I do agree with you. I vote because Trump? I feel like I do feel like it's my. Yeah, I have to. I feel like I should. But people sat on the sidelines. I think that's part of why Trump got it.
So, yes, people did sit on the sidelines. But the reason people sat on the sidelines is because Hillary Clinton, don't blame it on Trump.
That's true.
Hillary Clinton ran a horrible campaign. She did not run a good campaign that reached out to individuals, kind of like what I'm feeling now, or I'm not feeling that. And Trump, and so the other alternative was like, well, what do you got to lose with Trump?
Yeah, I understand that. I totally get it.
So it's not that people are sitting on the sidelines. These candidates are speaking in macro terms that are not really hitting home with anyone.
Well, so wait, Don, he just brought up 2 bullet points that are on the ballot right now that you have very strong opinions about.
I don't care about Proposition 26-7. I don't care. I mean,
you mean you don't want to open your gaming room?
No.
You're just giving me crap?
I bet in Panama on betonline.ag. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really matter to me. It'd be nice if FanDuel, you can bet on FanDuel, but I'm not a sports bettor like that, so it doesn't really matter to me. Once again,
but it could potentially change the taxes in our city.
Once again, it doesn't matter to me. No, because what they do is listen. You know how much money they have spent trying to get the homeless people off the streets of Los Angeles, and they're still homeless people on the streets of Los Angeles.
You're right.
The system.
Because they keep coming.
Okay, you're right. They do keep coming, but the system is too big and bloated, and it's too much bureaucracy.
And more people get homeless every day.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna find me a nice overpass or underpass in Beverly Hills, and I'm gonna call it a day. Kwame, I'm gonna get you a phone call when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, Los Angeles, this is Urban Magic Johnson. Today, our city faces a crisis. Homelessness and soaring rents. And nobody is better equipped to tackle that crisis than my friend, Karen Bass. Karen worked in the emergency room, taking care of crime victims, making decisions that were a matter of life and death. She served as assembly speaker during the financial meltdown, doing the difficult work needed to rescue our state budget and protect the programs people rely on. As our next mayor, Karen would do what she's always done. When there's no room for error, she'll lead with her smarts and lead with her heart. On November 8th, please join me in supporting Karen Bass for mayor.
Paid for by Karen Bass for Mayor 2022, General. More information at ethics.lacity.org.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet. The faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
At Target, you can... If you spot a better Target price, we'll match it with our holiday price match guarantee. Pick up the hottest gifts of the season, holiday hosting essentials, and so much more right now. If you spot a better Target price, we'll match it on items purchased between October 6th and December 24th. Get the gifts you want at prices you love all season long with Target's holiday price match guarantee. Get price match policy details on Target.com. Some exclusions apply.
Mornings were made for better things than rheumatoid arthritis or RA. Xeljanz tofacitinib is a pill for adults with moderate to severe RA when tumor necrosis factor blockers did not work well or could not be tolerated. Xeljanz can help relieve joint pain, swelling, and help stop further joint damage. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections. Don't start if you have one. Before and during treatment, your doctor should check for infections like TB and do blood tests. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, cancers including lymphoma and lung, blood clots, serious heart-related events, tears in the stomach or intestines, and allergic reactions have happened. People 50 and older with heart disease risk factors have an increased risk of death. Tell your doctor if you've had hepatitis B or C, have flu-like symptoms, are prone to infections, or have ever had a heart attack, stroke, clot, or other heart problems, or swelling of lips, tongue, throat, or hide. Ask your doctor about prescription Xeljanz. Visit Xeljanz.com.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate meets a scholarly match.
Hey! All right, so listen, let's go to Kwame real quick. Yes, Kwame in Gardena.
All right, so I know this is the afternoon zoo show and everything.
The afternoon zoo show.
No, I'm very serious. I mean, I know y'all like to kind of yuck it up and not play things too seriously and kind of, just whatever's kind of comfortable for you.
Yeah.
But you gotta understand the responsibility of being on this particular station here, advertising itself as an unapologetically progressive and black at that station. That you kind of do have a responsibility to try and pursue a worldview and figure out what direction you really want to go with many things, because we're already kind of wobbly and flaky as it is when it comes to dealing with the issues and not taking them seriously. And as we've been having this whole hip hop discussion regarding Takeoff's death and everything like that, it's been painted that our people are gullible. and we have to be careful and responsible with what we put out there. And that was the thing I just wanted to lay out.
Yeah, listen, I'm with you. I'm speaking in regards to myself. I'm not really telling anybody not to vote. You should. As a matter of fact, we'll go over the propositions and we'll go over the ballot here. Listen, don't listen to me. I'm just a talking head on the radio. I'm just saying that nothing in regards to politicians throughout my life. And I don't. And I'm always going to be. I'm always going to be honest with the audience out there.
That's fine. That's fine. But I have to push back on that because you have thousands. Who knows how many thousands of ears that are at your beck and call. And many among us, unfortunately, in our community, are looking for the first excuse to not do anything, and then there'll be the same NIGs will be out there having the nerve to complain when things don't go the direction they hope.
Kwame, when's the last time you voted that you felt an impact?
Shoot, I vote every single.
No. That's not the question. I said, when's the last time you voted and you felt the impact from your vote?
Negative or positive?
I'm not.
Regardless.
I'm not.
Regardless.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on, guy. I'm not so concerned about having an immediate effect because I know that I got to play the long game the way the right wingers do. Which when you play that whole thing, which it seemed tongue in cheek, but there's a thing they do on the right where they kind of play even if they think they know what they're doing as far as playing with people's minds and getting them in a place where if they're gullible enough, they'll eventually hook them. Yeah. So
now, I hear you, but I'm saying even a long-term game. Even a long-term game. When's the last time?
I'm doing, it's going to have a long-term effect. If I'm doing what I'm doing, it's going to have a long-term effect. That's the whole point.
I got an answer for you, Don. Yeah. I remember voting in a judge that I was a little bit familiar with because I did a lot of research on this judge. This was like around the first time I started voting, and the judge got in, and I actually felt good. So that was because judges make a big difference.
Yeah,
especially in the court system.
Who implicates our black people?
In
those houses. We have enough representation. We're always talking about black men getting wrongfully accused of things, put away for longer sentences.
I'm voting for black people.
Things. You said what?
I'm voting for black people. I'm voting for all the black people.
You rooting for everybody black?
I'm rooting for everybody black.
Sometimes, Don, those black folks may not be available, and that's why it's good that, like over on Don Amiche's show, she's having the judges on so that we have yet another platform to find what folks are up to. Because how to go to look for voting guys, like, okay, who the heck is this person? I don't know what's going on. So it's like I'm just kind of making this goofy, arbitrary decision before I knew the idea of voting guides having something to go by.
Yeah.
So it's good that over on other shows, like Dominique, sometimes Tavis's, that you're having folks on there that are actually talking to these folks and giving out their platforms and making black folks think about this stuff. Because if you don't, they're going to do the lazy thing that you're kind of tacitly endorsing, which I'm sorry, you're a good brother, but I'm going to push back because that's what they're going to take it as, a tacit endorsement to do nothing and be on the BS that they're usually on. That's all I want to say.
All right, Kwame, I'm Gardena always. Kwame holding me accountable. I appreciate that. Still didn't change my view, but I appreciate Kwame as always. I think Miss Amiche.
Everyone should vote. I'll take the responsibility. You should vote. Whether you go one way or another, you're voting.
Yeah.
It's important. Vote.
Yep.
I did, and I didn't want to, but I did it. Because I didn't want to sit on the sidelines and complain and say, I can't believe this happened, and I didn't vote.
Yep.
All right. Let's see if we can get Miss Amiche on the phone. She wants to chime in on this. Yes, you were live on the air. What did you want to say?
Well, you had asked when voting, where you had actually saw like an actual experience that you have voted and you saw the change that you had hoped for the day that you had voted actually experiencing in your life. Yeah. So I called to tell you what that moment was.
What was it?
Well, it was when I was pregnant with my twins. And they were, tech companies were doing these mass layoffs because of the recession that had happened when Bush was on his way out.
Yeah.
I knew exactly when I told them, I said, I need to tell you guys when I'm going to take my leave because I was pregnant with the twins and I was going to have to take my leave soon. And they told me that day they needed me to come in. And I knew they were going to lay me off. And I went in and I sat down and the HR manager was shaking. Her hands were shaking. And she had tears in her eyes. She was going to fire someone that did nothing wrong, that was pregnant with twins. And I said, it's okay, just go ahead and do it. And she says, I can offer you Cobra, and Cobra is going to cost you $1,000 a month so that you can keep your health insurance. But because Barack Obama came in as president, he has reduced your Cobra to $100 a month.
All right, hold on the line because I want to continue this conversation when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where we turn red lights to green lights and keep it moving.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Paul Pelosi is being released from the hospital after he was allegedly attacked with a hammer in his San Francisco home last week. In a statement Thursday, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said her husband remains under doctor's care as he continues to progress on a long recovery process. He's now home, surrounded by family. The White House says U.S. Embassy officials in Russia met with jailed WNBA star Brittany Griner. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre told reporters aboard Air Force One that Griner is doing as well as can be expected under the circumstances. This year's midterm elections may be the most expensive ever. A new analysis from the nonpartisan watchdog Open Secrets estimates the 2022 elections are expected to cost more than $16.7 billion. That includes spending in both federal and state races. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
In Malibu, Decker Road remains closed both directions between PCH and mudslide removal, and the best way to get around that is to take Encino Canyon Road to the east around that closure. Also, southbound PCH between Decker Canyon and Encino Canyon Road, the right lane is blocked off this afternoon until 3 o'clock. In Hollywood, on the southbound 101 between Vine Street and Highland, we've got a work zone today with the two left lanes blocked off, and it is jammed from Lankershim. In Manhattan Beach, northbound Sepulveda Boulevard between Rosecrans and Imperial Highway, we've got the left lane blocked off. In Highland Park, southbound 110 between Avenue 52 and Avenue 43, we've got the right lane closed off this afternoon.
Ride the K, Metro's newest rail line. 7 shiny new K-Line stations connect you to the E-Line, West Adams, the Crenshaw District, Baldwin Hills, Leimert Park, Inglewood, Westchester, and more. Learn more about the new K-Line and all the places you can go at metro.net/K-Line. KBLA Talk 1580 is the official station of the K-Line.
Finding the right Medicare plan was no easy feat until I found Walgreens Find Rx coverage. Compare plans online, over the phone, or in person, and find plans with low-cost copays. When you need to talk Medicare, Walgreens is here. Start shopping today at walgreens.com/Medicare.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has scheduled a meeting next week with Brooklyn Nets guard in Irving for not apologizing for promoting a documentary on his Twitter page that supports anti-Semitism. Robert Dillingham, the top high school point guard in the country, is leaving Donda Academy in Chatsworth to sign with Overtime Elite. The basketball team at Donda Academy, a prep school started by Kanye West, is in jeopardy of not having a season. Opponents are canceling games against Donda because of anti-Semitism comments made by West. New York Giants general manager Joe Shane admitted he has contacted the agent for Rams wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we'll slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at themvp.com for a free case review.
If you're the victim of a car accident, call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review.
Call me your MVP. They're playing basketball.
Hi, I'm Ray Richardson. The NBA is back, and everybody is talking about what to expect this year. Here's the logo, Laker legend Jerry West on KBLA Talk 1580, talking about LA Clippers superstar Kawhi Leonard.
Oh my gosh, he's a stud, man. Is pretty interesting because he is so dedicated. He'll go out there for an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours, and he does the same thing almost every day. He does not play in the off season. He just works when he's game. He's a powerful kid who happens to be one of the league's best defensive players. Offensively, he can really shoot the ball. And when he first came into the league, that's something he couldn't do, but he might be the best two-way player in basketball.
Don't miss the KBLA Sports Minute weekdays and Out of Bounds weekends only on KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
No lie, you know this.
Hi, I'm Joe Gatlin, Vice President of the San Pedro Wilmington, Palos Verdes Peninsula NAACP branch. I am supporting Daniel Sandoval for the Los Angeles City Council. Tim McCoster's campaign is using bullying and intimidating tactics against local businesses and local individuals who don't support him. We need a healer, not a divider. I'm giving my full support to Daniel Sandoval for Los Angeles City Council and rescinding my endorsement for Tim McCosker.
Paid for by Sandoval for LA Committee ID 145003.
So what you and I have got to do is get involved. In order to do this, we're starting a voters registration drive. It's going to be the ballot or the bullet. After we get our people registered, we can then organize that voting stream in a direction that will get immediate results for the benefit of our people.
Malcolm X recognized the importance of the vote as a fundamental tool of black political power and civic engagement. Become part of the national movement to defend and help make our democracy a more perfect union. Let's use all the tools at our disposal. Register to vote and then cast your ballot on or by November 8th.
Paid for by the African American Voter Registration Education and Participation Project.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. Working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Haven't voted yet? Save time and avoid the election day lines by voting early. Visit plan.lavote.gov to find a vote center in your neighborhood and stop by before Tuesday, November 8th.
Looking for legitimate political discourse without the bear spray? Tune in and speak out. KBLA Talk 1580.
All right, let's go to Marcel out there. He wants to chime in on Kwame's comments.
Yeah, I was gonna come in anonymous because I didn't want bias, but I think that he's doing a disservice with his comments because one, our wonderful leader over there at KBLA, Tavis Smiley, knows what he's doing over there with the lineup that he set up because you got a lot of serious discussion going on all day long. I listen to Dominique. I listen to the Money at lunchtime, and I listen to Zoe at night. Like, I listen to the lineup all day long. And it's nice to get off work and get in the car and come to a little bit of entertainment and tongue-in-cheek with news and seriousness as well, because I for one ain't no disrespect, but I'm not coming to Don Amiche for,
because you know better.
Well, and I do want to say that. I do want to say I am not the authority on who, what, and how you should be voting.
Yeah, to the point that she just made, it's almost insult to our people that we're not intelligent enough to know that we're being entertained and to value what we're being exposed to, to say that you got to take it as a responsibility to talk to these people. Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, how about just entertaining, And
I'm not telling no one not to vote. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just talking about me. You know, yes.
I want to come to Kwamel's defense, and I hope Kwamel is listening, because I do agree with him. Nobody's saying that people come to Don Amiche for political advice, but I think it's nice to hear somebody say, I mean, I do appreciate you saying that you're really not interested, because I think a lot of people aren't. Yeah. But I think it is nice to hear your favorite on-air personality say, I'm kind of over it a little bit, but, I might, vote for some of the measures. Just to give a little bit to people who are on the fence. So I'm coming to Kwamel's defense on it, because I don't think he's saying that you're responsible to get people out there to vote, but that it would be nice to hear that you are going to partake in voting.
I mean, listen.
One last point.
Yeah,
One last point.
Yeah.
The show is called Don Amiche Against the World.
Yes.
You're just saying that because you're related. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying, he's supposed to go against the popular decisions and against the popular thinking and whatnot. I think it's entertaining. Yeah. I think it's entertaining because I know him personally, and I know how much of a nut he is and how much he riles people up. But y'all continue on. Love
you, Marcel. Appreciate you. I mean, let's look at some of the propositions that are. I mean, since we're here, the abortion constitutional language. The measure will add language protecting abortion rights to California Constitution, as the Supreme Court says, and allows states to set their own restrictions. I mean, I guess. Not that we were going to restrict abortion here anyway, but maybe 10 years from now, the Republicans might be in California. Who knows? Sport betting on tribal lands. The measure will not only make tribal casinos and racetracks the home for sports betting in California, but also allow tribes to offer new games like roulette and craps. I mean, okay, cool.
Come on, craps.
Yeah, whatever. I'm saying whatever. I'm not really for that. Or against it. Proposition 27 to allow online sports betting. We talked about that. Yeah, it'd be nice if FanDuel can get in here or DraftKings. What else? Proposition 28, art and music pre-K to 12 funding. Okay, I'm with that. I would vote for that. Proposition 29, kidney dialysis rule reforms. This initiative is a three-pronged. It would require a physician, nurse, or practitioner or physician assistant to be present during patient treatments, with exceptions for staffing shortages if a qualified professional is available via telehealth. I don't know enough about
that. Is going to directly affect you one day.
I don't know enough about the medical industry to make that
will directly affect you one day.
How about the wealth tax to support clean air programs? Proposition 30. The initiative would tag a 1.75 percentage point tax increase on personal income over $2 million for individuals or married couples. That would generate an estimated $3 billion to $4.5 billion annually. Because they can't spend the money that they got now.
Nope.
Here's another one. Proposition 31. Uphold the flavored tobacco ban. I'm definitely against that. You know what I'm saying? Why are you messing with smokers as it is? I'm already paying $12 a pack for cigarettes. As it is.
Stop smoking, Don.
You know what I'm saying? Come on now. I don't know. Listen, it is what it is at the end of the day. Let me get Miss Amiche back on, because she was talking about how something that impacted her, where that Cobra, which is, I heard, is a very expensive thing for when you lose your job.
Yep.
And she had twins, and she lost her job in the tech industry, and they, I guess, didn't charge her $1,000 a month. How do they give you the option to have medical insurance?
That happened to me when I lost my job for COVID.
That they offered you Cobra?
It wasn't Cobra, it's called something else, but and then it's $1,000 a month. I'm like, I don't have a job. How do I pay for this?
Yeah, how do you offer me insurance that's way more expensive than
the last insurance when I had a job?
Yeah, it's insane.
It's insanity. I say, how do I pay for this?
Yeah, I don't. Well, that's not your problem. I guess they're just offering it to you.
Yep, they're like, you don't. But thank God for Obamacare.
Obamacare.
Affordable health care.
You can. The insurance is not too expensive on the open. It might be the best option that you could possibly get, but it is. All right, so I can't get in touch with Ms. Amiche.
Well, I have a text message from my friend who says, does Don know all skin folk ain't kinfolk? So just because a candidate is black doesn't mean jack.
Well, yeah, I'm not voting for who was it? The other guy that
Herschel Walker.
I'm not voting for Herschel Walker. Ain't not that good. Or who's the other guy that ran for
governor?
governor?
You didn't vote for the guy, Larry Elder.
Larry Elder. I'm not voting for Larry Elder.
You were thinking about it.
Yes, I was thinking about voting for Trump, too. All right, thinking. And then they start opening their mouth and they start talking, and it's like, oh, okay, well, thank you for helping me make my decision to not vote for you, you know?
Are you going to take bets on the midterms? Are we going to take bets on, like, who's going to take it?
You know, it's very interesting because I think this is all going to boil down to turnout at the end of the day. I mean, you know, they're trying to get the Democrats to do a lot of early voting in a lot of states. I think it's a very lackluster midterm election, although it is a lot up for grabs with the Senate and the House, too. I'm really interested to see how this Georgia race really turns out. I want to see if Stacey Abrams, like if I was in Georgia, I'd be voting for Stacey Abrams.
If she loses twice, stab.
Yeah, I think, you know, the problem is that she doesn't, and once again, you're not creating enough momentum to really bring people out to the polls. You know, it's just like you get to a certain point and you're relying on your rock star status.
I mean, hasn't she done enough? How much more could she possibly do?
She hasn't done anything.
Single-handedly, I feel like flipped Georgia.
She helped. She
played a huge part in that.
But she didn't win.
In the presidential election. This was before, though.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I hope she wins. I want to see if Herschel Walker wins, because if Herschel Walker wins, the I'm done even thinking about the Republican Party. Hypocrites at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
We're talking, Miss Amiche back on the phone. We were talking about how certain things you voted for affected you, and she said that
her COBRA insurance.
Her COBRA, are you there? Yeah, I think we got a bad connection. I don't know if I got too many apps open or something like that. I think we got a bad connection. Or we'll try to get with her a little bit later on in the show. Do you want to let us know who you voted for, Kristen?
No, it's very personal.
Very personal?
Yeah, I'm not divulging any of that or the measures. I'm not divulging any of that. And I did not go 100% on party line this time when it came to stuff. Yeah, I voted with conscience.
The judges are hard, though, because they don't tell you if they're Democrat or Republican.
No.
The judges are probably the hardest part to vote, and you've never heard their names before.
And shout out to Kwame for saying that, you know, Dominic DePrino's been having him on. I mean, I think that's a great place to go for a lot of information on the actual candidates. But, you know, I would love to maybe have to sit down and talk with Dominique to see if that is really going to change anything. I mean, because all the judges are doing are following the law at the end of the day. And is it really going to be, are they able to make any type of change, or do we just want more people that look like us on the bench?
See, my mom used to work in the court system, that's all I'm going to say. And I asked her some of the names, and she really only knew two.
Yeah.
So, and I asked her her opinion. One, she had a very favorable opinion. The other one, she did not.
No.
So that at least helped me with two.
You know what? Tonight, though, Agenda for California and African American Perspective is going to be moderated by the host of A More Perfect Union, Dr. Nicola Laquite. This is going on at 7 o'clock tonight on KBLA Talk 1580. Now, this conversation is going to feature an all-star panel, including Secretary of State Shirley Weber, Superintendent of the Public Instruction Tony Thurman, LA County Supervisor Holly Mitchell, and Assemblyman Isaac Bryan, and more. Don't miss Agenda for California and the African American Perspective. Now, I don't have the answers, but Nicola Laquite definitely is going to have the answers for you. And don't let me sway your opinion, which I don't think I'm swaying anybody's opinion. I think if I say I'm not going to vote for anybody, and I haven't made up my mind yet, I don't know. And I only voted the last time for Hillary Clinton because there was a guy I worked with who needed, like, health care. You know, I was like, okay, look, I'm voting to save your life.
Yeah.
You know, and she still lost at the end of the day, but I still voted.
I'm glad that you did that.
Yeah.
And you voted the last one, too.
I did.
The governors. I mean, you voted. You were excited. You put your ballot in the box. And,
I voted for Newsom. I think I voted for Newsom, right?
You did.
Yeah, I voted for Newsom.
You voted for Newsom.
Oh, yeah, because of the recall. They were trying to recall him. I voted for Newsom. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I voted on a lot of the propositions. But, you know, like I said, once again, a lot of these things don't necessarily directly affect me. You know, they like to speak to women, children, and those, and in general, the incarcerated. You know, which are things that we generally care about, but, like, can you reduce the cost of how expensive it is to live here in Los Angeles? Can we get rid of traffic enforcement? Can we, I don't know, make it easier?
Well, Karen Bass is trying to. That's one of her platforms, to reduce the rents in the greater Los Angeles area. That is one of her platforms. You just read it off.
To reduce the rents?
Yes, to reduce the high rents in the Los Angeles area. Yes.
Yeah, I think I was talking to Dominique about that the other day, and I was like, are they? Because the problem with the rent issue is that when they start building a lot of these new super complexes up, then the adjacent complexes, the older complexes, start raising their rents because they know that the new buildings are going to charge more and people want to live in the area. It's one of the reasons I kind of got priced out of like West LA. They built this big massive complex right on the corner of Pico and Sepulveda. And look, you're over here smiling because you're a landlord, and you're like, yeah, that you know exactly what I'm talking about. You want to raise the rent.
I'm sorry. What do you want me to do?
But I think maybe I think she says we need to build smarter. I think that's a conversation I had with Dominique where maybe if they do build these mega structures, maybe 50%.
Oh, well, they are doing a lot of things. Like right now, they're giving grants for $40,000 to anyone who wants to build an ADU in their backyard. What is the
But those
name?
ADUs are kind of expensive too, though, right?
The ADUs are pretty pricey. I don't know. This will be the perfect time for my husband to text me and tell me what's the name. I think he's mad at me right now, though. But
yeah, the ADUs.
I can't think of the name of the place that's giving out $40,000 grants for
to help build an ADU because
Cal Haffa. Yes, they are giving a $40 ADU grant to homeowners who are trying to build in their backyard. But yeah, those ADUs can get up to $100,000
to $200,000 just for the prefab making the prefab houses to come in the backyard.
Yes, but you can convert. You can do a garage conversion, and those aren't as expensive. And then you get the $40,000 really that's just a jump off for permits.
$40,000 just for permits?
It's a lot. It's a lot for pricing and permits and stuff, and then that kind of gets the ball rolling. But then you look into like a garage conversion. But that garage conversion, people are renting out people's garages, little studio things for $1,500 to $1,700.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
So.
Is that the same program? Like in my city, I keep reading in the paper that if you own a property and they build like a back house and they let somebody live back there, my city, they pay you a certain amount of money for allowing a family of whatever to live in the back house.
They're subsidizing the rent. They might be. They might be doing that.
The same thing that you're talking about?
Well, she's talking about just building the unit in the back.
So we bought a house, but we bought the new house we bought is on maybe a 7,500
square foot
lot. So the goal is to revamp the house and then build off the garage another 2-bedroom 1-bath unit. So it's no longer just one house. We're trying to help with we're trying to help with the housing crisis in Los Angeles. We're doing our part.
No, it sounds like you're trying to line your pockets with the interest of those who want to come to SoFi Stadium and Hollywood Park Casino.
We are doing
just to go
our
see the
part
Great Western Forum
to help with the housing crisis in Los Angeles. We are building.
Yes.
Are
you going to house some homeless people there?
The greater Los Angeles.
When it gets built.
No, the housing crisis applies to a lot of people, not just homeless people.
Okay, how much are you going to charge for rent?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
It depends on what we can afford to build. Honestly, we don't know yet. Okay. But but like I was saying yesterday.
Are you going to Section 8 it out?
No, I don't think so. No. But because we have a decent sized mortgage, we have to at least rent it out for the mortgage.
You do got to make your money back. Nobody wants you to go in.
Nobody wants you to go in debt.
Nobody wants you to go into debt. Trust me, a lot of people don't understand landlords have mortgages that they have to pay at the end of the day. It is one big cycle of money. All right, more of this conversation when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
Courage is contagious. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
California college students, are you ready to earn cash for community Cairo? And I can tell you how, thanks to CaliforniaBlackMedia.org. This is your K-Black Minute News. The first hashtag Californians for All College Corps Fellows will begin during the 2022-2023 academic year. Students can receive up to $10,000 for completing a year of community service. College Corps is a statewide paid service program that provides meaningful work
to college students that helps them graduate on time with less debt while benefiting the local community. According to Governor Newsom, College Course is about restoring the social contract between the government and its citizens. This public investment builds upon California Volunteers' army of service members. Over the next 4 years, College Course will engage 13,000 California undergrads. Find out more at californiavolunteers.ca.gov.
Roll out. The all-new Gardena Nissan is proud to be a partner of KBLA, and right now, during their fall sales event, 0 down delivers any new or pre-owned car at Gardena Nissan. They're located conveniently on Redondo Beach Boulevard at Western, and they specialize in helping folks out who have no credit, bad credit, bankruptcies, or repos. The folks at Gardena Nissan will take fantastic care of you and help you get into the car you need and price. Visit them today or shop online at GardinaNissan.com. The all-new Gardena Nissan is proud to be a partner of KBLA, and right now, during their fall sales event, 0 down delivers any new or pre-owned car at Gardena Nissan. For the best deals, log on to GardinaNissan.com. 0 down on approved credit. GardinaNissan.com. Roll out.
Now arriving, the K. Metro's newest rail line connects communities like West Adams, the Crenshaw District, Baldwin Hills, Leimert Park, Inglewood, and more. Transfer easily to the E-line to connect to Santa Monica, Culver City, USC, and downtown. Ride the K to comfort food, culture, and an improved commute. 7 new K-Line stations now open. Learn about K-Line destinations, how to ride, and more at metro.net/K-Line. KBLA Talk 1580 is the official station of the K-Line.
Show them who we are.
KBLA Talk 1580 has not one, but 2 Black Panther Wakanda Forever weekend giveaways for KBLA Talk 1580 listeners. Friday, November 11th starts your weekend with a private screening of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, dinner for 2, and an overnight stay at the W Hotel Hollywood. On Saturday, Forever brunch and pool party. Win a KBLA Wakanda Forever weekend at the W Hotel Hollywood. It's simple to enter. Open the KBLA Talk 1580 app and enter to win. 2 winners will be announced Thursday, November 10th. Listen to KBLA Talk 1580 to find out if you will experience the KBLA Talk 1580 Wakanda Forever weekend. Starting Friday, November 11th at the W Hotel Hollywood. Black Panther Wakanda Forever private screening. Dinner for 2. Overnight stay at the W Hotel Hollywood. Brunch and pool party on Saturday. Download the KBLA app and enter to win the KBLA Talk 1580 Black Panther Wakanda Forever weekend. Black Panther Wakanda Forever opens November 11th in theaters nationwide, but there's only one way to win the KBLA Talk 1580 Black Panther Wakanda Forever weekend. Open the KBLA Talk 1580 app and enter to win. The KBLA Talk 1580 Black Panther Wakanda Forever weekend is sponsored by Top Shelf Getaways.
Only the most broken people can be made leaders.
Health is Wealth and Medicare and Covered California's open enrollment for medical insurance is here. RHJ Insurance Agency can help you find affordable rates and the plan that's just right for you and your family. Call 562-204-6120 for your free quote. Don't leave your health to chance. Open enrollment is here and affordable coverage is just a phone call away. 204-6120 for your free quote and get the coverage you need. Go to www.rhjins.com.
Less BS per broadcast. Fewer microaggressions per megawatt. KBLA Talk 1580.
Did you hear that CNBC has canceled Shepard Smith?
No.
So
why?
I don't know if you watch Fox News at all. Shepard Smith was the only, he's still a Republican, but he was the more centrist individual who just focused on news. And Fox News got too crazy for him over there. So he went over to CNBC where he had Shepard Smith presents the news, or I forgot, the news with Shepard Smith. Which I thought was a great show. I actually watched it, and he did what they wanted him to do, which is increase the audience in his time slot. And on top of that, they said he had the most wealthiest audience.
Oh, wow.
In that time slot.
Yes, yeah.
But there's a new head honcho over at CNBC, which seems to be a thing with all these cable channels, and I think because they're hemorrhaging viewership, a lot of the cable channels, that they're trying to redefine the network as more business orientated instead of Shepard Smith, which I liked Shepard. I mean, I appreciated him at Fox. He was not partisan. He did not take cheap shots. He delivered unbiased news. He did great reporting. And then when he left, which I think it just got crazy for them over there, and the network kind of blew up after what's his face left and Bill O'Reilly left. I appreciated him going to CNBC. I actually started watching more CNBC because a lot of great financial news over there.
Do you think that Shepard Smith was, you know how they keep saying that the Republican Party has changed? Do you think Shepard Smith represented the way Republicans used to be back in the day?
Yeah, I think he sort of kind of is a throwback to a 90s Republican to a certain extent because he's a gay man, so I don't know how much he even fits into the... You didn't know Shepard Smith was gay?
He's gay?
Yes.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Shepard Smith is gay.
Oh, wow. Is he married?
That I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Wow, this is breaking news for me.
Very handsome guy.
He's very handsome.
Very handsome guy.
Virginia Donald. Virginia Donald.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know he was gay for a while. I was like, oh, wow.
He was married to a woman.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Oh.
Divorced in 93, though.
Oh, yeah. I guess, I mean, he did what he had to do. Let me see here. There's Smith, husband. H-U-S-B-A-N-D. Shepard Smith, husband. Oh, he's got two husbands.
What?
Oh, no, that's Sherry Smith.
Oh.
Sherry Shepard's husband. Shepard, hold on. It's Shepard Smith's husband.
I used to like Shepard Smith.
Shepard Smith is, Shepard Smith? Well, maybe he's not gay. I thought he was gay.
Oh my gosh.
Married to Virginia Donald from 87 to 93.
Maybe that,
Uh-oh, look at you just spreading rumors.
Oh, he is gay and has a long-time boyfriend. All right, more of this conversation when we come forward. KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA